We have a replay to review here from Crapple, who is a Diamond 1. He's got 3 games and they say, I'm struggling with opening people up and maintaining pressure. I think once I get the snowball rolling, I'm decent at dealing damage, but there are times where opponents back away and chuck fireballs and I have a hard time dealing with that. Same. Also, what am I doing right? Should I keep doing it? I know critiques are about pointing out what can be improved on, but I also think knowing what you're doing right is also important for growing, both as an artist and a fighting game player. I think they make a good point. A lot of times we do look at the stuff that we are doing wrong. Seeing as they're at Diamond 1, I think they're at a point where their good tactics should be expanded on while shrinking your bad habits. And the higher you are, you kind of know what your good habits are. Your bad ones are the ones that are going to get you killed. So let's look at the VOD and see what we can help Crapple out with. And if you want to submit your VOD, you can click the link in the description below, fill out the small form, and I'll see if I can help you out in your gameplay. And if you want to join the Discord, the link will also be in the description. We have a channel just for VOD reviews. Feel free to comment in that channel, and I'll pick from there as well. One thing I always ask everyone is like, what's their game plan going in? And a lot of times you have to look at your game plan based on the character that you're playing. You didn't really go over like the matchup and like what your thoughts are going into it, but we'll be able to tell like very quickly. All right, so let's jump in. All right, 99 check. What are we doing? Okay, so we're popping off quickly. You get the jump in. So what are we doing? All right, so you go in and you back up. So I'm going to refer back to what you wrote. You said, I'm struggling with opening people up and maintaining pressure. I think once I get the snowball rolling, I'm decent at dealing some damage, but there are times when your opponent backs away. So let's look at this. You get a clean hit. Awesome. Time to get the snowball rolling. Or no. So it's like, you opened them up. You had them. You backed away. Go in. You don't know this person. You don't know what they're about. So go in. Go get some information. This person could be really good or bad. You don't know yet. So like, go find out. Get close to him. So be careful for dive kicks. Juri's is like almost never safe, right? And I'm assuming you tried to beat out like a button or something. Mines tend to DP, right? So like doing that against her is not good. And like you're going to pay for it real bad because that puts you in the corner and you're punishable. Okay, you got out. Cool. We're out of here. So you have them cornered. So you have drive gauge. You have a lot to work with. So one false move on their part and you're in there. Don't back up. That's the range where she wants to be at. Be careful. She jabs you, you're fucked. Okay. Cool. No. So it goes without saying, these things here, you have to make sure you clean them up. This is just damage that you're going to leave out. What did you try to do here? I think you were a bit too early. Is it because you were early or late? Or you were early. That's why the button didn't come out. So the reason why I could tell is because up here, I see your button. And if you had pressed the button like here, you would have been fine. But you pressed it like back here. So you did it a little bit too early. So it's a simple fix, but fixing this issue here to make it autopilot will just ultimately make you win more games. All right. And you panic there, but you stay on top of them. Fair enough. You go in. I like the DP. You kill them. So it's exactly how I said, right? These small things here, this is why you didn't close the round out. You got it, but you could have closed that round out much quicker. So, of course, work on your combos. Treat yourself like an athlete. Even basketball players have to continue to work on their free throws, all the soft skills that go into playing. Even though they're great at it, they still have to keep themselves warm. So keep working on it. All right. So this should tell you real quick the type of player that you're dealing with. They didn't press any button. They didn't react. After this point, this should be an indication, like something should like click. You should go, I think I can maul this person. I just have to watch out for reversals, but this should be the indication that like you can just like stay on top of them and just break them. Okay, we got that. Do we dash up? Cool. I don't like this. I've seen a lot of people do this lately. Obviously, you whiffed it. You whiffed it, and you tried to do Ankensatsu. Okay, the reason why I'm not a fan of this, because even if it hit, it would have been unsafe. So I'm going to try to match this and do what you were thinking of doing. You were thinking of doing that. That's unsafe. Like, that's unsafe. You could do this, right? That's a lot more safe. And if they press a button. But that costs you a lot of your meter. So instead, when you're here and you want to pressure, just like that is fine, right? Right? That's fine too. But also, getting into the habit of doing the dash and walk here is really important for Juri. Dash and slightly walk. And that should beat out their button presses or throw attempts. Then from there, you could do like that. You could do that. Or just do this, right? Or just do this on block and just call it. Or, I guess in this case, since I'm kind of far away. Just doing that, right? Try not to just throw Ankensatsu out, because that's going to get you killed, right? Okay. You jump in. Cool. This person is not anti-airing. You are YOLOing your Ankensatsu. Now, there is a world where you can confirm this, but you are not. All right. Okay, though. Also, why are we doing crouching medium kick? Here, you can also do, like, forward medium punch. It's more damage. Right? You can do that. It's more damage. You also can do, like a crouch strong if you're close enough, right? But that's consistent. Crouching medium kick. Not so good. Pickle no good. You're getting the hits, but I see it's not that it's like sloppy. I think you just have certain things you've like picked up and you do that should be replaced with something better. And ultimately, it shouldn't even like hurt to change it, right? It's just a button press. It's like a difference in button press. You get the hit though, which is fine. Okay, you get the knock. So you're backing up a lot on your knockdowns. And it's like, backing up in that way is good if you're thinking about a throw, right? If they want to go for a throw here, because like from here, they shouldn't be trying to throw, but also good if you're trying to space out something. But again, this person, you should maul, right? You should go in and press some buttons to make them block until they give you a reason to not do that anymore. But I do love the fact that you have decent execution, just needs to be ironed out a bit. Okay, jump. Okay. So now they're starting to watch the air. What do? Nice back away. Okay. And that's what I mean by you being able to maul this person. Like here, they walk back a lot. You know what I mean? So like, this should be free hits. You should kill this person. They should die here. No, they are dead. You're dead here. They die here. And you might not have seen it because maybe you're not paying much mind to the health. But like if you look here off your hit, boom, boom, boom. Even without it though, right? Even if you didn't use all of it, they still die. But you don't get the meter, so you have to do that. Okay, I see. There you go. Right. But like, yeah, you should have peeped that. Because I have a feeling you're going to win this round. So if you can hit the heavy punch there, that also means your medium punch would have hit. Your throws would have hit. So I'm going to talk about what you should have done better. Absolutely. But right now, you definitely could have like done so much more. I think that's the kind of stuff that's going to make you lose more games. It worked out here, but like these mistakes are like big ones. Okay, so they're watching the air now. Parry. They didn't dash there. There's a lot of information here. This person does not block low ever. They're having problems with their parry, but this is a player that you should like go in on and like don't stop. Like make them overwhelmed, right? This is the type of player that you can definitely do that to. Go in. You have to go in. You said that you can get some good damage when you're able to snowball, but you're not trying to snowball. I feel like you're too afraid. Sometimes you got to be like, yo, this player, they're pussy. And you got to play like it. You also have 3 stocks, and you do have a fireball that you can use. Boom, boom. Damage. I love it. That's what I like. You have to drive rush in. Okay, cool too. With Mai, I feel like you should try to stay on top of her, because once she gets some space and she starts this here, like, things are in her hands. So, like, if you can, try to stay on top of my players. Nice on their part. All right, so you're on the back foot. What do you do here? Okay. You got out. Copy. They don't block low at all. So you're low on drive gauge. Can't close the round out here, I don't think. Nice block. So this is my point. There's been times when, like, here you would, like, back up, right? You would just hold back there. And that's fine because you cause them to whiff. But look here. This is important too. This is like good. This is what you should be doing more of. Because even though you're not in their face, you're still a threat because you're here. You're still a threat because you're here. So like you just being here and not taking action is fine too. But what I'm saying is a lot of times you'll back up, which means you're like too far to pressure. Like you being here is pressure. You don't always have to press a button, but your potential in this position means that they're going to try something. Now, here, I think you can kill. Yeah, you definitely can kill. Nice kill. More of that. More of that. So if you're not going to do anything, still find ways to pressure. Oh, punish this. So you need to get it in your head. Whenever this happens, any kind of like whiff or something, that you can get more damage, right? Oops. So like strong, heavy punch. It's a good way to get some good damage here. You also could just do this. That's fine. That's 2610 versus, oops, 2718. It's a bit more. Going for like this will just be more damage overall, you know? Optimizing your combos, because again, you're going to not do as much as I just did. So your combo did less and you used 3 bars. And if your goal was to hit and get a stock, you still could do the same thing. You use 2 bars there. All right, get some damage and your stock. Okay, we go in. This here, this is something I think you need to iron out immediately. I like that you went in here, of course, right? But like this isn't plus. You're whiffing it. Try doing this instead. Just doing that, right? Or if you want to, you always could do like this here. I'm not a big fan of it because you're low on drive gauge, but you also could do like this here. Oops. You also, if you don't think that they're going to press, press a button, you could also do like that too. But try to not do the heavy punch here for that reason. I feel like this is like deja vu. Nice DP on that part. Holy shit. Okay, you got to deal with that. This is what I'm saying. You don't want her to get started or to get comfortable. So this is Mai's game plan. The game plan is to get their fan out and make you do something. Parrying is not a bad choice, but we see why that doesn't work. By the way, look at the range of this shit. This is crazy, dog. What the fuck? What is this range? Hello? All right, Capcom. You want us to parry, but then like you make it punishable for like a quarter of the screen. Bet. So this is what you want to avoid, because once they start, it's going to be hard. So you have to like kind of give up space here, which you do. But get out of there. Nah, it sucks. You're going to get hit by that. Oh, nice. Okay, a few things, right? So here is rough, and there's no direct answer. Just know that if they throw the light fan, you have to respect it. But if they throw the heavy one, you could kind of back away. But you still have to deal with her trying to rush into your face. But take note of this, though, right? You got hit by it. This is information. You shouldn't get hit by this a second time. And then the next time she puts you in a corner, you should start to look for it. This is like something players don't realize they have patterns, but they do. This is scary, though. She should have killed you here, though. She fucked up. You got the dash. All right. If you play this right, if they DP once, they're dead. You could close it out. This is a very important part. You have to make a decision. Bait out something, or do you just want to live by the sword, die by the sword? That's a choice. You could sit here and just go, you know what? I'm going to go in. I'm going to go hard on them because I think I can. Or I'm going to go in, but I'm going to play it somewhat safe because I do have a level 3, and any stray hit's going to kill me. So what happens here? Okay. They do walk backwards a lot. You pop a level 3. Great. This is going to probably bring them down to like half a bar. Did a lot of damage too. Yeah. What do you do here? The next hit, you can kill them. Question is, what are they going to do? And this is what you have to like think about in the middle of the game. You have to like quickly go, what are they going to do and how am I going to stop them? If they DP, how can I stop it? If they go for the level 3, how do I stop it? Nice. Okay. So they're fit. Ooh, kill him. No. You tried to drive rush. I knew it. You tried to drive rush. You could have definitely got their bacon on this. Looking at the drive gauge, super important. This is something I have a hard time with, right? Here, you could have, since you have the 3 stocks, just did it, right? Even if they block it, you would have still been fine. But even still, here, right? I don't think you could burn them, but you could get them close. Right? See that? They get hit there, but you see how quick their drive gauge goes down? So when they're at low gauge, you should be trying to think about how you can kill their drive gauge. That's fine, but now you're on the back foot. So you had a few options there. You could have tried to burn them. Seeing as you were in Burnout, if you're going to go for a low forward, you should have used your stocks. Okay. They are not blocking low. So take advantage of that. Are they going to hold back here? Yeah. Okay. Back up. You're not going to whiff punish them. So trying to look for it is kind of pointless. Try to set up something. Get a fireball on the screen. Pressure them just by existing. So you get the hit here. But again, as I keep saying, have to go in. Like you dash up, fine. But then look, you back all the way up. Don't be afraid of them. What the fuck are you afraid of? But now look, dash up. DP. That's because you gave up that space. When you get close to them, you've shown that like you can put the hurt on them. You're right. More of that. Expand upon that. You do some damage. See if you can get some more. But the big thing is once you get the hit, you don't go in. You're afraid of her range, but if you're close, the range is 0. There's a phrase. Everyone's the same height on their back. You don't have to be afraid of her range here. Look. Look. You're close. You don't have to be afraid of her range if you're close to her. Don't be afraid of her. You could do so much to them. And that's how you're going to get good, you know? Like, not get good like you're bad, but like, that's how you're going to push your limits. What I will say is I want you to take note of things like this, right? This is good, actually. This is really good. I like this. But I don't think you know how to use your pushback on moves. If you see this, even if you don't punish it, you should take note of this. These are things that are like teachable things for yourself. You're like, oh, I knocked them down. I went in for a standing forward. and the low forward whiff. So like on top of you being afraid of her range, you did something really cool to negate her range. So you should take note of stuff like that. When you see that, it should like, you should store that away for later, you know? Because not only did it show you that she didn't know the range, but it showed you what button when they want to retaliate, right? So you did that and they immediately hit that button. That's information. So the next time you do it, you know how to counter it, right? Don't let her get her fan started. Fans, EP. Case in point. Fans, drive rush. Okay. You gotta respect that. Nice. Go in. You don't need that third stock. Fans. Yeah, you gotta deal with that. Now you're burnt, so you have to. You're swinging here, and that's fine. You could use your stocks. So take more note of your stocks, especially your drive gauge too. I think your meter as a whole, I don't think you're paying much attention to. You should be more conscious of it. You see that, okay? So here, you didn't make a connection. But here instead, again, take note of what's going on. So her retaliation whenever things are like spooky is low forward. Now you have to deal with this. And you're burnt out. It's going to be hard for you. It's going to be real hard for you. Do they pop? They don't pop. You have a chance. Wait. Oh, no. Drive impact? What are you doing? Oh, no. Christian, no. Okay. How could we have avoided this? So the reason why I say this is like real bad, because this is what killed you. That there. Legitimately. Like that's when, if you don't kill them, you die. Right? So again, I'm going to keep saying it because this is like such a pain point. You burnt out. Get in their face. Don't let her start. Bro. Don't let them start. Because if you do this, what does she do? She starts to throw shit, right? Get in their face. This game is based on that. Like this game, the biggest thing about this game is that. So like this, you just have to deal with. You don't have a parry. What you could do is like you have to deal with it. So you might as well try to press a button here. I don't know if it'll work. That sucks. Right, you could do something like this. Can I get a fireball, please? What the hell? That doesn't work. Okay. You can do that. You do that and just hold it, right? Right. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that like when fans are high, sometimes the player spacing isn't great and you could find ways to sneak in. You might even be able to do this one is pretty consistent, right? Yeah, this one is consistent because you move up as you do it, right? So if they're not good on it, you always can do this, right? Again, the name of the game is just get in there. So this is rough. I get it. Hello? Oh, duh. Why? Because you have to deal with it. I get that. 110%. All right. So let's think about match 1 and 2. Okay. I keep saying it, but you're not going in enough. But we know that. We've talked about it. You have to keep in mind that my spacing with her fans and what fans she uses will determine what you do and how you deal with it. If she knocks you down and throws a fan at you, it could be rough because you have to go for a parry, which she can throw. And that's a bit rough. I agree with you. And you're going to have to deal with that at some point. So I'm not saying don't get put into it because you might. But that's why keeping pressure on her is like so important, especially for Juri in this matchup. I don't like this matchup. I don't like to be put on the other end of things, you know? But also don't be afraid to reversal if you have the drive gauge to do so. She is on top of her DPs, so you kind of have to play the ground game. She does like to throw out standing hard kick a lot, so maybe you could try to space yourself out of that. But throwing fireballs as well will probably overwhelm her, and you're not really putting things on screen. You'll like go full screen, and again, there's no pressure. Her fireball, Juri, even if you're not like close, is a pressure tool, you know? All right, so round start check. Last time you jumped, she threw a fan. What happens here? Throws a fan. Nice. Okay. Okay. Watch your drive gauge. You use half of it. Okay. That I'm okay with. Right? Because you would have to like drive rush in. But maybe just get one. If you get one and throw it, that will put something on screen. One more thing I want to talk about. One more thing I want to talk about is screen positioning. So if you look at this, the round starts, and think of there being like a straight line down the center, right? She pushes past your side, right? And she doesn't go in. You go in. We're at mid screen. You push outside of it. You throw, and now her back is in the corner, and you're in the center of the screen. She moves up, you move back, and you return to the center. Even if you don't drive rush in, take the screen away, you know? Keep in mind, getting her in the corner is one of the most important things, and you have to like, she's there, but you back up, you know? Anti-airs, obviously. It's not something we should talk about yet. Something you should take note of. She doesn't jump a lot, so that is a thing. You're low on drive gauge. All right, go in. Okay. So after Fuhajin, you always are like in low forward range. So you always want to like watch out for it. All right. So you need to like down back quicker, obviously. But this will be a very common instance, right? This will be a very common situation that people will do a low forward here. So you kind of have to like get used to it. So be careful, right? Okay. See? Case in point, right? So what you could do here that's a big risk. It's not the worst thing. If you think that they're going to do that, is it that you parry? Oh my god, please. So this happens here. And you get the jumping again. Same deal, right? So she presses buttons here. Don't be afraid either. Nice block there too. Don't be afraid when you jump in. Like, you do a lot of lights, but don't be afraid to start off with this. Oops. Something like that. A little bit weird because of the timing of that. Something like that, right? Even like that.
You look like you're in good shape.
Basically, I'm saying don't just default to like that, right? Remember, you have stores. You have to use them like a drive gauge too. Okay. You're safe here. You're fine. Okay. But after hard kick, they throw out crouching medium kick a lot. Take note of that. DP's up, of course. Don't let her get her fan off. Thank you. Appreciate you. You're burnt, so you have to all or nothing it. Oh no. Have this like cued in your mind. You ever get a jump in, what do? You have to cue it up in your mind. Because like even here, you didn't have to like burn yourself. And I see you doing this a lot. You rely on drive rush a lot, right? Like you get the jump in, you can see that you are going to get the jump in and hold on to your drive gauge. Try not to use drive gauge for extra damage when you don't need to, especially for Juri. You have your drive, you have your stock. I would think about this, right? This is something to think about, like not mentally, but like game plan wise. If you have stocks, you don't need to use your drive gauge. If you don't have stocks, you might want to use your drive gauge. Using them in that way is like a really good start because it's like you can hold on to your drive gauge by using your stocks. Or if you don't have your stocks, you're not forced to try to get your stocks. If you don't have your stocks, you could just use a bit of drive gauge. Balancing that, right? The yin and the yang of it. That stinks. I'm assuming you went for super. So this comes down to comfort. This combo here, just practice it. Get into the replay and just take it over. Nice jump too. That is a good jump. Because even if we do yours, right? Even I screwed it up, right? So get into the replay and just practice it. Store it up in your mind. You did drop. You also could have used your fireball as well. Actually, no, you didn't hit anything. But actually, no, you could have, right? Your minus there, but you're safe, right? Okay, fine. Watch the low forward. The reason why I said to watch the low forward, again, after the hard kick, they go for a low forward afterward. That's just something I picked up from them. Okay. Okay, you're burnt out. This is going to be tough. Watch your super because you can't super here. I want to see what you do. If there's a big fan that goes high, you could probably sneak something in at light like that. Oh, you're burnt out though, so you might not be able to. I would try to press here though. Just on principle. Like, don't give it to them for free. Yeah, you definitely can do something here. Okay. So, like, there are times when, like, you have to be bold. Don't ever think that, like, players will look down on you for pressing buttons. That's what the game is. There is no right or wrong way to play. Your back's against the wall. You're in a two-touch. You could die in the next two hits. You're in burnout. You kind of have to swing. This is rough. This is bad. So you have to watch for the drive impact now. They could throw me for free here. I would die. Nice jump out. Watch the low forward. Nice. Throw it. DP. Whenever you throw a fireball, if I could give you like some piece of advice, whenever you throw it, I want your brain to go watch their jump. Because that's a free DP there. Low forward. Oh, yeah, he didn't. I like this. Okay, you're on the front. You got your drive gauge back. You have some meter. You could win this. Watch the DP. Oh! Kill them. No! I was just saying that. I fucked up anyway. You could have killed them. Okay, you can kill them. No. Watch the low forward. Don't be afraid. Nice. You close it out. Good shit. I like that when you screwed up, you kept going. I like that you recognized it quickly and you kept going. And that's like what I mean. You saw how quickly they fell apart when you started to overwhelm them. That you should do with all players. Go them. You ever see a person whiff here? You're so far away, but peep game. Easy throw. Okay, nice. You're low on drive gauge. Don't use your drive gauge here. I think you saw that and you were like, I shouldn't do that. Okay. So even just get the hit and just do a cancel. I think you tried, but I don't think you got the input there. Okay, happens. You should be level 3. Drive gauge low. You're at half health, close to the corner. Doesn't look good for our hero. So remember how I said the start of the set? That same exact thing. Block that. Punish. Watch out for the... Ooh, no, don't burn out. Okay, get it in there. Ooh, so remember how I said that would come back to kill you? I see. I see what we need to work on. I know exactly what we need to work on. Don't drop your level. Don't drop your 3. Happens. You were in Burnout, and the proper thing would have been to do, like, try to hit 3 jabs or go for a level 1. That's okay. I would have got hit by that too. I know how to help you. Okay, you got to deal. Nice backdash. Watch the low forward. No, didn't get it. Go in. Okay. Go in their face. Like, this is the last round of the last set. This is the time where you should be trying to pressure. This is the time where it's like, all right, we're both tired, but I'm going to go into the next gear. Nice. Go in. So the fireball here is fine. I love this. I love that you did it, but move up a bit and see if you can get them to do something. Don't give up the screen. You're giving up screen. DP? Ah, it sucks. So either DP or a crouch fear, something. I think you try to do it. Now you're in the corner. Gotta respect it. This is gonna be bad. Nice chat. Oh, go. Jump out. Oh, nice. You're gonna drop it? Yeah, you're gonna drop it. All right, you're gonna get some drive gauge back. You're gonna be about somewhat even. That did a lot of damage. Golly. All right. They walk back a lot. So if you walk up to them and hit low, medium kick, I think you win. I'm going to try it. Let me see. Yep. Case in point. That's okay. You're safe. Ooh. This is real bad for our hero. This is real bad. They're not burnt out. You should find a way to not deal with this fan. I wouldn't DP. I didn't do it. Go forward. Oh, no! You had it! I called it out! My goat. This is something to take note of too. Right? This is like high level. If she's gonna throw you, you should throw out a crouching medium kick anyway. What I mean by that is, like, if they're gonna throw you, you might as well do this, right? Don't be afraid, just throw it out, because people will walk backwards and try to bait out a dragon punch. A nice way to turn out. All right, cool. So you got the dub, which is good. But here is where we need to improve on. I know exactly what's actionable that I can give to you, that you can drill, and you will improve, no problem. This will also help your execution. It might help getting a better flow and making it less stressful for you. All right, so what you need to work on is hit confirms. If you don't know what that is, it's an action or a string that's safe to do, and you can confirm if you got the hit or not to go into something that's more damage or what would have been unsafe. I'll give you an example. This here, unsafe. But you can press this, see that it hit, and then go into something like this, right? Meaning, if you see that it hit, boom. If you see that it didn't hit, you don't do it, right? Okay. There. Oops. Nope. 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 There. Okay. Same thing for this here, right? That's what you call a hit confirm. So one of the easiest ways to practice this is to turn the block onto random. Just do this. It doesn't just end there too, because this is not hit confirmable. Well, it is, but it's very, very hard to do, right? Because you have to do it like almost on the frame, see? I tried to do it and it didn't work. So you're doing this and you're hoping for the best. Instead, maybe if you do this, you can see if that hit. And that's why I had said to like get the knockdown, go in and do this. And the reason why is because you can hit confirm this. If it doesn't hit, you don't need to attack again, right? Right? You're good to go. But if it does hit, you can go in for more damage. So doing things that are safe to do, that helps you build your pressure on hit or block is important. There's a reason why when I drive rush in, I don't do stuff like this. I don't do stuff like this, right? Right? That's unsafe, obviously. But I would do something like this. What you could do also is turn block all on and then scroll over to reversal and go to block reversal. And what you could do is you can set a button to be pressed and then you can turn that slot on, right? When you go in, you can see if they get hit and then do that string, right? Or you do something like this, right? Oops. Right? This is a hit confirm. They can't press a button in between there. And you can see if they press a button, right? If they don't, you're good to go. But if they get hit, you can go for that. You can also set another slot on to do nothing. What this will do is that when the opponent blocks, they'll pick between these two here. So you could do something like this. They didn't get hit, we're good. They didn't get hit. They got hit, perfect. Right? You're confirming whether they got hit or not. And then changing your options based around that. Also, you can throw here, right? You can throw here. Oops. You could go low instead, right? So you're doing strings that allow you time to confirm whether or not you got the hit. Instead of doing Hail Marys like this, right? Working on hit confirms in this way will do a few things for you. One, it should help you with getting your execution cleaner and more pointed. But also, once you start to do stuff like this, you're like, oh, all right, cool. When else can I do that, right? And again, remember how I said get in their face? Like, that's important. So for an example, you could do something like this, right? Right? You dash up and you do this. Now, in that case, they press, you trade. That's fine. You could do something like this as well. Whenever you use drive rush 2, that's a way of hit confirming as well. Meaning, you're doing this, right? Did it hit? Right? You can check to see if it hit during the drive rush. So like, if you get the hit, you wouldn't do this, right? Because you got the hit. Instead, you could do something like this, right? And see if you got the hit or not. What happens here, you can choose if you want to attack again. And remember, if we have them press a button afterwards, boom. See? You have time to confirm a hit or not. Likewise, you can do this too. They can't press a button here, right? You can throw them. So here we have a frame trap and a hit confirm and pressure. So going back to like how we can use it, think about it. You were doing stuff like this, right? And doing that. But like, there's your hit confirm. So I do have a video on combo drills, which I will put in the description that you can go over. That should help you with like some ideas. But I think maybe it's time to do a video on this concept. You can start to work on things at your own pace in your own way by using the concepts that are good and that work and that are strong. But even just like this. And you have the execution too. You definitely do. You have the execution to do it. I just think you just need to iron out a few things. overall, I think you have good control of the character, and I want to see you flex your execution a bit. There's certain things that you could improve on. Overall, you're not giving yourself enough times at bat. If you're afraid of a person's range, the best thing to do, get them on their back and get close to them. That's where you are going to strive. That's where you're going to thrive more. But if you have any questions, you can always ask me on stream at twitch.tv/BigNastyKail, youtube.com/BigNastyKail, or again, the Discord will be in the link below. My DMs are always open. But good win though. I was afraid in a few times, but you pulled through, and you definitely have a great foundation. You just need to build on top of that. You're golden though. You definitely are on the right path.